Good morning and welcome back to the channel. One of the things that really excited me last year was the number of new Aires that were opening up all over the place in Scotland and in the Scottish Highlands. And it seemed such a change from the end of the pandemic, when there was real concern about the number of campervans on the road and not enough overnight parking places to put them, especially outside the tourist season, when most of the campsites were closed up for the winter. So something I want to do this year is try and visit a number of these new Aires and just find out where they are, what they have to offer, and really what inspired the owners of the Aires to go down that route. So that's where I'm going this morning. I'm heading for the wilds of rural Aberdeenshire and a new Aire, or a comparatively new Aire, which is run by a Dutch couple. It's near a tiny hamlet called Campervans, which is near the town of Huntly, and I'm on my way there right now, so why don't you join me? Before I go to the Aire, there's a wee hill I want to climb. It's a wee hill that you can actually see from the Aire, and it's called Noth, and it's not a big hill. It's 1800 feet, 574 meters, I think, but it's got a prehistoric fort on the summit, and I'm quite keen to go up and see it. It's about 30 years since I've been on this wee hill, so I think there's a car park up this wee track here. This wee track we're on is a car park. There used to be, yeah, there's a car park, and I'll park there and I'll nip up this wee hill. It'll only take a couple of hours or so, but just while I'm here, I think the peak bagger still thrives in my brain somewhere, so we'll park up here and have a wee pop up the hill, have a look at it. The vitrified remains of the hill fort on the summit of Noth is thought to be between 1,000 and 3,000 years old, and is one of the biggest hill forts in Scotland. The legend has it that the hill was once the home of a giant Jack o' Noth, a
apparently got into a bit of an argument, a bit of a fight with another giant, Jack O'Benahee, over the hand of a local beauty, the Lady Anne. The outcome of the argument was disastrous. Lady Anne was flattened by a boulder thrown by the luckless Jack O'Noth. This is the Grampian Campervan Hire Aire, and I met up with the owner, Mika Hout. I asked her to describe where exactly we were in rural Aberdeenshire.
We're in Kennethmond, and we stay between Clat and Kennethmond. What's quite interesting is that Clat, for instance, is called the hidden village, and just simple is you can't see it from neither sides. So, and it's been a very important region as well in the olden days, that a lot of people who, for instance, were traveling from maybe even Edinburgh, Aberdeen, and they had to go to Inverness, this was the route to go. So there were all sorts of businesses placed in Clat. So you had a miller, the post office, there was a market in Clat, and a smithy and all sorts. So it's been quite, a busy area.
So you're actually in what I always like to refer to the wilds of rural Aberdeenshire.
Yes.
And you've got hills around you too.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. It's we're quite lucky with the location of the campsite. We've got, as I said earlier, we trimmed down the whole hedge, and this view appeared, and everybody who stays here at the campsite is like, oh my gosh, it's just absolutely stunning. And in all weathers, because in spring it slowly turns green, and then it slowly turns a bit yellow over the summer, and then it turns purple, and you see it change, and it's so beautiful. And just the nature as well, the birds you've got, and it's just a beautiful area to
it's not the most popular area in Scotland, and I say that I don't mean there's anything wrong with it, but just people tend to go to the Western Highlands or the Northern Highlands, don't they? Not so many people come to Aberdeenshire.
I think because they don't know the area enough, I think, because the people who do come over are just so just happy to be here, you know, because there's so much to do. You've got Leith Hall just around the corner over there. What they've done is they're restoring the gardens there. The house you can visit. You can have a walk through the woods there, and to see the pond and all that nature around. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. We've got a lovely walk from Kennethmond all the way around. Then you end up in Clat, and you've got the stones there. Then you've got Rhynie as well. Rhynie is a beautiful wee village, and from Rhynie, if you park up there, you can walk up to Noth, and you see the whole area. It's bizarre. I always feel like this when I'm on top of a hill. You know, you look down, and you're like, oh, I spot our house from where we are, just because of the wee row of trees there. I'm like, oh, that's where we are. But you feel like this. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Noth, of course, is quite a popular hill, isn't it? It's not a high hill, but it's quite popular.
It is. It's just the mystery around it, and there are people coming over here, and it's a volcano, and I don't think that might have been. I don't know, but
it does have an Iron Age fort, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's just the whole history. A friend of mine, he always told me these stories, what's been going on there, and it's quite tragic, of course, what's attached to it. But then just knowing that the Picts have been in this area, and all these Pict stones they find, it's just, and the Rhynie man, it's just amazing.
I mean, you're surrounded with all that stuff, you know,
Yeah.
the standing stones and cairns and everything else. There must have been quite a habitation here at one time.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And just knowing that Tapenot was fully built up with houses, that people lived there, and that's just amazing.
Okay.
It's absolutely amazing.
Well, so tell me where you're from.
I'm from the Netherlands. Now they changed it to Holland, but Holland is only the north and the south of Holland. But I'm from IJmuiden, so if you've ever been with the boat from Newcastle, they say Amsterdam. It's IJmuiden, the harbour you enter, and it's a bit like IJmuiden is like a fishing village. So like Torre a wee bit, famous for the herring and the oil industry.
Indeed.
So,
And how long have you been here in Scotland?
nearly 19 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
So you must like it.
I love it, and I don't have the urge to go back really. Things change. It stays in your heart from how it was, how it used to be, but it changes, and I love. Yeah, look around. We don't have that in the Netherlands, you know, it's all flat. And you've got space, you can walk here for hours and don't meet anybody. It's just beautiful.
Now tell me a bit about the other part of the business here, because you're not just running an Aire here.
Now yeah, we started off as a campervan hire business, and then somebody showed up with a campervan who's from CAMpRA. And he asked if we maybe would be willing to, because we've got the land. So I'm like, yeah, why not? So they helped us with the whole application, and it went like this. It was a couple of weeks. He was even shocked how quick it went.
Yeah.
So the council is quite willing to help with this. So that is really good, because we had the plan anyway for waste facilities. Because we hire out the camper vans, we think there should be waste facilities for people as well. So we've got now grey waste, black waste, and then the normal recycling as well. And and folk are really happy that they can just empty their waste, and most of the time they decide then, well, I'm going to stay because we really enjoy it. So
good.
So yeah, it's
a nice
good.
position you're in here. You've got a lovely view of the hills. We've been talking about Tapenot just across there. You've got fields, open skies all around. It's a lovely spot.
We can see the aurora quite often.
Oh, really?
So I've got a friend who's a photographer, and she comes over. She sent me a text message. Can you come over?
Great.
We've got a good view again. So
Excellent.
and then the most gorgeous photos I get. The best one was from last year, and it was just bizarre because the aurora went from that all the way up to there, and it was like if I was on a different planet. The beams were going up, and funny enough, I learned then when the fog came in that the color changes. So the fog has to do the moist in the air has to do with the color, and it was like it was dancing around, and it's so beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Well, tell me a wee bit about your campervan hire business. How many campervans do you have?
We've got 9
Wow,
campervans.
wow, that's a big investment.
Yeah, absolutely. That's our pension, so it's huge investment, but I enjoy it very much. It's just amazing. The campsite that people come over from all over the country. People come over to hire a campervan from all over the planet. It's so nice to meet all sorts of folk and share experience and just listen to their stories. It's just amazing what they discovered.
Yeah.
And then with each campervan has a diary in it. So almost all the customers write in it, and it's just really nice that it's in there for the next customer, and especially the foreign customers or people who haven't been around this side of Scotland or the UK. Just to learn a few things, because you've got people who take their dogs, who've got pet-friendly camper vans. So it's nice that you're able to read, like, where is it okay to bring my dog, and or what is a very good restaurant, where should we go to, and where can we get the best fish and chips, all sorts. So it's just really nice to. I love folk, I just love folk.
I can tell. So what are the camper vans today? VWs or what?
We've got VWs, we've got short wheelbase, long wheelbase, we've got Fiat Ducatos, so they're like Sunlights, Weinsberg, we've got Peugeot Boxer, That's like a cottage van, and it looks like a cottage. It has tiles and a Liverpool sink, you know. It's just, I like funny things. I like different things. And so each, you've got 2 sleepers, you've got 4 sleepers, pet-friendly ones, and all sorts of folk come over, you know, and the VWs are very popular. But funny enough, if people go for the second time, they often go for the larger camper van because you got that tad bit more space.
Sure.
And but it's for everyone, we've got something. So,
that's great.
Yeah.
Now you are fairly remote here, and you say a lot of people come from abroad. How do they get here? Do they fly to Aberdeen?
They fly to Aberdeen. Some fly to Inverness, and from both sides they come on the train, and I can pick them up from the train station. So it's
that's handy.
Yeah, all can be organised. So,
that's excellent. Good, good. And the hire business come before the Aire.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It was in the second year that we started building the garage that somebody came over and from CAMpRA and asked us, and then click click, 1 and 1 makes 2. So after that was finished, we started straight away hardcoring this bit, electric hookups and water, and develop everything.
And you maintain the vehicles that you hire out. You maintain them yourselves.
Yes.
That's good.
My husband, he works away. He's in the oil industry. And I've got my son who helps us cleaning the vans on the outside. I clean them on the inside. I do administration, everything. Just it's a busy job, but I like it. It's a variety of things you do, you know. So it's
great. So what are your plans for the future of the business here?
The plans of the future is to build a smaller, hardcore area for bikers. Because there's
when you say bikers, you mean cyclists? Or?
Cyclists, motorbikers.
All right,
yeah,
all kinds of bikers.
Yeah, I don't mind. You know, it's all fun. So that they can park up their bike and then they can pitch up a tent and stay for the night as well. Because there's not much in the area. And then we have a little. Yeah, we're gonna change the small stable into toilet and showers. So that's nice for them as well. So they can use those facilities too. So yeah.
Great.
Well, it's been a busy old day, and I think I'm ready for some supper now. So let's see what we've got. So here we go. Sausage and mash. Potato with cheese and bacon. I don't know if you've ever tried these Idaho potatoes, but they're absolutely terrific. I've got my good friend, the ultra long distance backpacker Chris Townsend to thank for putting me on to Idaho potatoes. I think he got them in America, and now you can buy them here in Tesco's and whatnot. But they're great. They're so easy to make. Some hot water, stir it about a bit, and you know it's lovely stuff. And it comes in a whole bunch of different flavours, so that's good too. So there we go. Idaho potatoes with bacon and cheese, some baked beans, and some sausages. It's been a great day, and I'm going to sit back and enjoy this now. So yeah, let's see what it tastes like. Pretty good, I think. Can't beat a sausage. Very good. So that's the story of the Aire in near Huntly in wildest Aberdeenshire, and it's been a good day, a good walk up the hill. Nice to finish with a nice meal. They tell me it's to get down to about -5 tonight, but I've got a good sleeping bag. We've got the heater on. It's just humming away in the background. It's sort of 19-20 degrees, very comfortable. And there's a lot to be said for being nice and cosy in a camper van when it's sub-zero temperatures outside. There's something kind of special about it. You're sitting here all snug and warm, looking out the window, and you'd never believe it was sub-zero temperatures. But it's great, and it's one of the great joys of campervanning in winter. So I'm going to get this lot down, mate. Enjoy it, maybe get another night, and hopefully we'll catch you next time. So if you've enjoyed this video, as normal, please think about subscribing to the channel. It really does help. Press that little bell thing, and we can notify you every time we've got a new video. And it helps too if you've enjoyed the video. Just tick that little like box, and that all helps as well. So yeah, this is getting cold, so I better start eating it now. So see you next time. Look after yourself, enjoy your camper van, and enjoy the rest of the winter. Bye bye.